Hello Ariana. This is part of many videos I'm recording for you to sort of watch when you're older. The idea is I'm trying to create some memories for you because, you know, against my wishes, I'm going to be missing a huge part of your life, and when you're older you may be curious to know what your father is like. And this is going to be one of many videos that's going to be trying to fill in some of those gaps for you. Now at the moment, while my mum is asleep, it is 6:15 in the morning, and the time, or the date shall we say, is the 11th of November 2016, and you are nearly 6 years old. Yet another birthday I'll be missing. Anyway, we are in the front living room, okay? And as you can see on the wall, there are 3 photos I've taken of you. Unfortunately, although I have a photo album that tells me when they were taken, I can't off the top of my head remember myself because I've got a brain like a sieve. But these 3 photos I took, sorry, it's really difficult trying to deal with this. That one there, I took a photo of that when you were asleep in your own house, and I always loved watching you sleep. I always thought you were so beautiful when you slept, and I decided to sort of like turn it into black and white. I have got a colour one as well, but you know, that's that. God, it's difficult doing this. That one there, I think that might be taken at Marwell Zoo, but I'm not 100% sure. And I think that one there may well have been taken in a coffee house in Barry Island, but I'm not 100% sure. But that one there has been my profile photo on Facebook many times. One of the reasons, I think the smile on my face says everything, and also you and I always loved cuddling each other. You were always a very good cuddler. Let no one tell you any different. Anyway, we are in the living room, and I'm now going to flip it. Oh, I can't flip it. Bum. Okay, let me pan around. Now here is another canvas photo of you on the wall, and yes, this is a bittersweet photo for me because when you and your mum were not getting on, I felt as if your mum was more or less accusing me of sponging off. Well, not so much sponging off her, that would be wrong, but she sort of said that I wasn't pulling my weight and made me feel as if I was abusing her hospitality. So when Christmas was approaching, I was absolutely adamant that although I was giving you presents, I did not want anything in return. And she actually said that you'd actually bought me something and it would be wrong not to receive it. There's no easy way of saying this, but when someone is not even 4 years old, the chances of that there being a present from you is somewhat ridiculous. I cannot imagine you marching your mother into some into a place that does professional photos and gets a canvas photo done of yourself. So, as beautiful as the photo is, I don't really like what it represents. You might not like what I've just said there, but I am being completely honest, that's how I feel. Okay. Apologies for the decoration in the house, this is all Mum's, it's not mine. That is my computer that I spend a lot of time in front, and I'm quite a disorganised person, but there's a lot of paperwork there, which you can probably see. I'm always full of clutter. And on the floor, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Yeah, there's a lot of paper on the floor. The reason for that is I've just recently printed off a lot of directions to get around London. The idea is me and Ben are spending 2 days in London in a few days' time, and I've printed off Google directions of how to get from the nearest underground station to the places that we're going to go to. It's all boring stuff. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but you know, hey. Anyway, I'm now going to take you around the house. And we are going through the living room. You were actually nearly 4 years old when you last saw this, so you may remember this, but you may not. Who knows? It's really annoying. I'd like to be able to flip this thing, but I can't now. It's recording. Hey ho. You are about to see some more photos. That one there was a school photo, I believe. Unfortunately, you'd had an accident and you'd fallen over, and that photo is heavily photoshopped around your eye. Before you ask, I wasn't actually around when you fell. I was in England, but yeah, you were quite bad. You were quite poorly apparently. I don't actually have the photo of where you fell over. I have seen it, but I don't have it. And this is one that I decided to frame for Nanny Bet. I think that photo was taken in the New Forest, and I have some photos of us in the New Forest, and they were lovely photos. Now I can now take you through the kitchen. That's a new fridge. We didn't have that fridge when you were last here. Now I need to show you something, because the last time you were here, God, this is difficult. The last time you were here, you were, on one of the days you were here, you were going to be sleeping on the leather sofa in the front room. And you have to bear in mind that you were about 3 years old at the time, and you were toilet trained at the time, but occasionally, as everyone at that age would have, you know, the occasional accident. And I wanted you to go to the toilet before we went to bed, but you said you couldn't go. And I thought, well, I'm not having you sleep on the sofa with a full belly, because you might have an accident in the night. Anyway, you had a bit of a paddy at the time, and I tried to assert my authority on the one of the very rare occasions that I did, because I didn't really have to do much with you. You were actually a very good child, but I probably went a bit overboard, and I was very, very loud, and I shouldn't have been. But eventually what happened is we came into the kitchen, you had a drink, probably of water, I can't remember, and you went to the toilet and you relaxed, and then you had a pee, and there had been a bit of crying, I think, at that time, because you really couldn't go to the toilet until after you had a drink. And things took a bit of a turn for the worst, because I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to find it for you, it's really difficult. Here we go. Can you see those handles? Well, not on this one here, but on the door just inside there. I carried you. After you'd been to the toilet, I picked you up, and I was carrying you to the living room. And as I carried you, the door handle got stuck in my shirt, and when it got caught and I was carrying you, your head banged against the glass. Now, you weren't hurt or anything, but you did cry quite a bit, because the thing is, at that age, you know, just a little tap and you'll cry over anything. But you weren't hurt, but you cried because obviously your head went back, and you know, it made you get even more hysterical. But anyway, I carried you. I kept on carrying you. God, this is difficult. I can't do this. I kept on carrying you all the way through the bathroom, sorry, the bathroom kitchen, into the back living room where Mum or Nanny Bet sits and watches her telly, into the front living room, and onto this small little sofa. It's not very big, but then for a 3-year-old this is big enough. But what I actually said to you was, "I'm sorry, darling," or words to that effect. I said, "I'm sorry, darling." I said, "When you go to sleep, everything will be forgotten and tomorrow will be a new day." And I kissed you to good night and you went to sleep. And I slept beside you on a fold-up bed next to the sofa, while your mum slept in my bed upstairs. When you woke up the following morning, I asked you if you'd had a dry night, and you said you had, and I put my arms around you and kissed you good morning, and everything was over. Well, your mum seemed to keep quiet about it, but and didn't seem to have a problem with anything. But some months later, when we had a fallout, she seemed to use that as I'd sort of lost control over everything. But I only ever sort of shouted at you 3 times. That was the only one time that I regretted, because I tried to be a bit more assertive, and I probably went a bit too far. But I was never an aggressive father. The only other 2 times I shouted at you was at your own house, but it was no worse than anything I'd seen your mum do, and there was nothing wrong with what I've seen your mum do. It's fine. Yes, I can't think of anything else to say really. Just thought I'd share a memory with you, and hopefully you'll see some other videos that I'll be recording of other memories. Bye.